Welcome to this explainer. Okay, let's dive right in because today we're actually embarking on what I can only describe as an epic quest. We're looking at Kaggle, but we aren't just looking at it as some standard data science website. No, we're exploring it as the ultimate global proving ground. If you want to test your mettle in data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, well, this is the arena. Our source material today breaks down exactly how to navigate this incredibly competitive, gamified ecosystem. We're going to decode the exact steps you need to take to level up, build your reputation, and reach the absolute pinnacle of the data science world. So gear up because we are mapping out your journey right now. Here's our quest map for today's explainer. We'll start with the Kaggle ecosystem, move into the progression system, check out unlocking free computing power, dive into strategies for competition success, and finally, building your winning team.
All right, Section 1, the Kaggle ecosystem, entering the arena.
So before climbing to the top, we really have to understand the environment. Kaggle is beautifully gamified to reward your effort, your accuracy, and your contributions. It's kind of like the Olympics. You earn medals, bronze, silver, and gold. And this medal system is your very first indicator of progression. It's not just about bragging rights, it's a globally recognizable visual representation of your growing skills. Every time you analyze data, share a brilliant notebook, or climb the leaderboard in a competition, you are working toward these medals. They are literally the currency of respect on this platform. Moving on to Section 2, Progression System, Climbing the Ranks. Earning medals is awesome, but how do they translate into your actual rank? Let's break down the 5 distinct tiers, going from absolute beginner to the ultimate boss level of data science. You start at step 1 as a novice. This is an auto tier, meaning the moment you join the platform, you get this title. But you definitely shouldn't stay there long. Step 2 is contributor. To get here, you just need to fill out your profile, add a picture, verify your account, and make a notebook submission. Then, things get pretty serious. Step 3 is expert. This requires some substantial work. You need to build and share notebooks, participate in competitions, and really get your hands dirty with datasets. Step 4 is master. Now, this is a massive leap. You have to participate heavily in competitions and have a real, measurable impact on the community. People actually need to be copying your notebooks to learn from them. Your datasets need to be utilized, and your forum discussions need to be heavily upvoted. And finally, step 5, Grandmaster. This is the absolute highest peak. There is literally no level above this. To give you some context from our source material, the speaker, Zishan Usmani, notes that he is currently the only Grandmaster in Pakistan, alongside maybe 4 or 5 experts. But hey, the ultimate goal of sharing this roadmap is to change that and help way more data scientists rise to this elite global rank. Reaching that Grandmaster tier brings incredible power too. On Kaggle, upvotes totally dictate the visibility and success of your notebooks and discussions. If you're a novice, your vote carries a standard low weight. But if you're a Grandmaster, a single upvote from you is mathematically treated as being worth 100 regular votes. Just think about that. Your voice, your approval, literally shapes the community's learning path. Achieving this rank gives you immense influence on the platform, which in turn heavily aids your own continued progression. If you want to reach that level, you absolutely need role models. The source highly recommends studying Abhishek Thakur from India. He is a 4 times Grandmaster, which means he has hit that highest peak in all 4 possible Kaggle categories. There are, maybe 4 or 5 people in the entire world who have achieved this? So the strategy here is simple. Go on LinkedIn and Kaggle, find Grandmasters like him, read their blogs, read their papers, study their books, and learn directly from the best in the world. All right, Section 3, Unlocking Free Computing Power, the Arsenal. Now, a major roadblock for a lot of aspiring data scientists is hardware. We all know machine learning takes massive computational power. But Kaggle actually provides a total lifeline here, 30 hours of free GCP, or Google Cloud Platform computing power. If you're a university student and you're frustrated because your school doesn't have supercomputers, heavy machines, or high-performance computing facilities, you really do not need to worry. Kaggle provides this virtual cloud space and computing time at zero cost. So you basically have no excuse not to build complex models when the computing power is literally handed to you. Section 4, Strategies for Competition Success, the Winning Playbook. Okay, we know the ranks, and we have the computing power. Now, how do we actually win? Let's open up the Winning Playbook. Our source lays out this incredible to-do list of foundational learning competitions you should conquer. And these aren't just random tasks. They are highly specific learning modules. You've got disaster recovery, the popcorn problem, denoising dirty comments, which teaches you how to classify hate speech, the taxi trajectory problem, the Facebook recruiting challenge, where you have to determine if an applicant is a bot or a human, and of course, the incredibly famous Titanic survival problem. Participating in these specific competitions is absolutely the best way to practice and internalize advanced concepts. But hold on. Before you write a single line of code for those competitions, you must read the guidelines thoroughly to understand the actual problem. Once you understand the question, you need to identify your evaluation metrics. Two of the most common are MAE, which stands for mean absolute error, and RMSE, root mean square error. You have to know exactly which metric the competition is grading you on. This allows you to set clear KPIs, key performance indicators, and OKRs to ensure your model is actually moving in the right direction. And here is the definitive secret weapon of Kaggle Grandmasters. You might think data science is 100% coding, right? Well, actually, scratch that. It's not even close. You must spend a full 60% of your time intimately understanding the data. What is it? Where did it come from? Why does it look the way it does? You have to know the data inside and out. Only after you have completely mastered the dataset should you move on to the remaining 40%, which is the actual programming and generating of outcomes. Seriously, if you jump straight into coding, you will fail. Once you finally do understand that data, the technical execution phase naturally follows. Step 1, choose your programming language, most commonly Python or R. Step 2, apply your AI techniques. This is where you deploy your neural networks, utilize deep learning, and perform feature engineering to extract the very best signals from your data. And finally, step 3, you generate and present your outcomes to the competition leaderboard. Which brings us to section 5, building your winning team, multiplayer mode. As competitive as Kaggle is, it features this massive, amazing multiplayer mode. You do not have to climb this mountain alone. The sheer power of community networking is incredible. Our source mentions managing a Facebook group called Kaggle Community Pakistan, which boasts over 5,000 data scientists. You can literally just go into these forums, post that you're entering a competition, and find fellow Kagglers to team up with. And it's not just local. There are massive active communities in India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and beyond. By joining forces across borders, you combine completely different perspectives and skill sets, which massively accelerates your learning and your chances of winning. And this brilliant team-building aspect extends straight into the corporate world, too. If you work at a data science company, you can actually team up with your coworkers and enter competitions as a corporate unit. Even better, if your company has a complex, real-world data problem, you can literally host that problem on Kaggle for the community to solve. The source cites Guftagu Publications as a prime example of hosting a company problem on the platform. It's just a phenomenal way to learn and get real-world business results simultaneously. So we've covered the progression, the free compute power, the 60-40 strategy, and how to build a global team. The ecosystem is right there waiting for you. To see these concepts in action and access more datasets and notebooks, the source definitely recommends checking out kaggle.com/Zusmani. But the ultimate question I want to leave you with today is this. Looking back at that list of challenges, from the Titanic to Facebook recruiting, which learning competition will you conquer first on your path to becoming a Grandmaster? Pick one, dive in, and start climbing those ranks today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.